Let's be real, artificial intelligence is pretty much everywhere. It's in our phones, it's showing up at our jobs. But how well do we actually understand these tools we're using every single day? It's time to build the Essential User's Guide to AI, and we're going to do it right now. So you type a question into one of those chatbots, right? And boom, a perfect paragraph comes back. It feels like magic. It really does. Like you're actually talking to a thinking, conscious mind. But what's really going on under the hood? Let's peel back the layers and find out. To pull back that curtain, the very first thing you have to get your head around is that we're not dealing with some mysterious consciousness here. It's a super sophisticated system for sure, but it's all built on statistics and probability. It's not magic, it's just math and pattern recognition on a massive, massive scale. Okay, so this is a huge one. A lot of us treat these chatbots like they're just, a better Google. But they are fundamentally different beasts. A search engine's job is to find existing information out there on the web and give you a link to it. A large language model, or an LLM, does something totally different. It actually creates brand new content. Here's why. At its heart, an LLM is a predictive engine. Think of it like a super-powered autocomplete. It has been fed a colossal, just unimaginable amount of text, and its entire job, its only goal, is to guess the most likely, the most plausible next word in a sentence. This makes it an absolutely brilliant communicator, right? It can write essays, poetry, even code, but its goal is to be plausible, not to be truthful, and that makes it a really, really poor fact checker. All right, so if the AI's whole job is to guess the next word based on what it's already read, well, then what it's been reading becomes everything, right? The quality of that material is absolutely critical. In the world of AI, you could say that the data it's trained on becomes its destiny. There's this old saying in computer science, and it's never been more true than it is right now. Garbage in, garbage out. It's simple. If you feed a system flawed, biased, or just plain bad information, you are always going to get a flawed, biased, or bad output. This principle is everything when it comes to AI. A really good way to think about it is that the training data is literally the AI's DNA. It has all the instructions, all the patterns, and, unfortunately, all of the built-in biases and flaws from its original source material. If that DNA is flawed, the AI model built from it will be just as flawed. Let's make this super clear. Imagine we build an AI hiring tool, and we train it only on pictures of the engineers who have worked at one company for the last 50 years, and they're all older white guys. Now we ask the AI to show us the ideal candidate. Who do you think it's going to pick? You guessed it, an older male engineer. The AI isn't being evil. It's just perfectly mirroring the biased pattern we gave it. Okay, so now that we kind of get how these things work, how do we get them to work for us better? Well, this brings us to a brand new skill that is becoming so important, and that is mastering the art of the prompt. The secret? You can't be vague. You have to become what people are calling a prompt engineer. It's the art of giving the AI really specific, really detailed instructions. You're not just asking a simple question anymore. You're basically programming the response you want with your words. Let's look at an example. If you just type in "write about WWI," you're going to get something super generic, right? Pretty useless. But what if you add some context, like "write a summary of WWI's European theater"? Okay, better. Now add constraints, focusing on primary sources for a 10th grade history report. See, the quality of the output just skyrocketed because you were specific. But here's the scary part. Even with a perfect prompt, there's a huge danger we need to talk about. Because the AI is just a word predictor, not a fact checker, it can get, well, a little creative. So what happens when it confidently tells you something that is completely, totally false? This is what's known as a hallucination. Take a look at this. An AI could spit out a sentence like this, and, it sounds kind of plausible, right? It uses scientific words, it even gives a reason why. But it is 100% made up. Platypuses can't photosynthesize. The AI didn't say this because it's true, it said it because, statistically, those words just sound like they fit together. And this brings us to probably the single most important rule of using AI. I'm calling it the verification mandate. If you can't verify it with a trusted, independent source, you absolutely cannot trust it, period. Always treat an AI's output as a first draft, as a starting point, never as the final, verified truth. So all of this It points to something much bigger, doesn't it? Understanding the tech is one thing, but understanding our role, our responsibilities as people who use it, that's a whole other ballgame. We are all, right now, becoming citizens of an AI-powered future. So let's talk ethics for a second. Where do we draw the line? I mean, using an AI to write half of your school essay, is that plagiarism if you don't mention it? The answer is pretty much yes. It's not like using a search engine to do research. The tool is generating original content for you. Taking credit for that is academic dishonesty. The AI is your assistant, not the author.
And what about your privacy? This is a big one. You got to remember, when you're using a lot of these free AI tools, your prompts, your questions, your ideas, your secrets are often being collected as data to train the next version of that AI. So a simple rule: never, ever input sensitive personal, financial, or company secret information.
Look, as these AIs get smarter and smarter, it's easy to start worrying about jobs. But the future isn't about us competing head-to-head with AI. It's about complementing it. We need to double down on the amazing things that only humans can do: deep critical thinking, complex problem solving, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Those are the skills of the future.
When you boil it all down, AI is a tool. Yeah, it's an incredibly powerful and complex one, but it's still a tool. It can be an amazing assistant, a creative partner, a way to learn faster than ever before, but it absolutely needs a smart, critical, and ethical human being in the driver's seat. So the question isn't if we'll use AI anymore. The question is, how will you choose to lead it?